for the year, it appears. This time it's on the offensive side. Hot rookie wide receiver Calvin Ridley out with an ankle injury, didn't return in that ball game. Mohamed Sanu had a 35-yard touchdown pass that he hauled in, but missed the second half with a hip problem. And the kicker, Matt Bryant, knocks down a 57-yard field goal with a little over a minute to play in the fourth quarter, but pulls a hamstring on his kicking leg. Amazing the amount of injuries the Falcons have had to endure.
Now Ryan on second down. Getting it out left side to Sanu. He finds an opening past the 40 and all the way up to the 45-yard line. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Now a play fake here on first down. Going for the deep ball. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 42 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Tackle made by Whitney Merciless.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. On 2nd down, here's Ryan. Connects with Sanu right side. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On 3rd down, Ryan. Dancing to his left. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Jadeveon Clowney coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. And that is no good. He pulled it just a bit, just a wee bit wide left. And this score will stay right where it is. Boy, you sure don't see that too often.
I guess you can't really call anything a gimme, but you figure with his track record, that's a sure thing. But it turns out it's not the case.
Now it's Watson. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. Touchdown, Houston. 2 first-quarter touchdown passes now for Deshaun Watson. And the Texans are able to show off their quick strike ability. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
This will be taken about the 12. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world can miss kicks like that. Can they come back now and redeem themselves?
A gain of 6 there on first.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Brandon Dunn busting through to get him for a loss of 6. To throw on third down. Ryan caught by Sanu. And he's got Rome. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 23 yards on the play.
Hey, let's go.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 41. From the gun, it's Ryan. Flush. And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2, but they face a 2nd and long to start things out. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Austin Hooper, the tight end, was the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Third and long, it's Ryan. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Well, Charles, after Kansas City losing to New England this past week, we only have one undefeated team remaining, the Rams, 6-0, and they barely beat Denver, but they got it done.
They certainly did. They actually set the pace in that game, Brandon. They got out to a pretty nice lead, and then Denver chopped into it, and the Rams held on late. But you can do that when you have Todd Gurley as your lead running back. Over 200 yards for him. The Rams, as you noted, the last undefeated team in the NFL, and no signs of cooling off, even though they had to go to Denver. Snow in Denver in October, and what was it at kickoff, 25 degrees?
25.
How about that? That didn't even cool those guys off.
This week they'll be at San Francisco trying to get to 7-0. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. The quarterback run good for 10 that time, but it does lead to a 3rd down.
I thought that was a good call. Passing situation on 2nd down. They hit him with the draw instead and pick up nice yardage.
Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right?
But you know, in today's NFL, most of the time on 2nd and long, when it's a passing situation, pass rushers are on the field, and they're only thinking one thing, get to the quarterback. And oftentimes you can bypass him with a running play.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. A pickup of 11 and a Texans 1st down.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
Caught left side Hopkins. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. On 1st and 10, Watson. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays. And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line.
Well, that's what they have to do more of defensively, not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
Richmond.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. Buying time to his left. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. Bill O'Brien rolls the dice, but to no avail. And the Falcons' defense stands tall. They'll get the football back.
Let's go. 21.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Drops it off for Coleman. And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. On second down, Ryan going underneath. It's Coleman. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that's going to lead to a third down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there, because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down.
Ready. 21. Hey, gun. Let it go.
They'll indeed go for it with Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. A minute 59 to go in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 38.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. After the interception, here's Watson. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
But one thing's for sure, when you got a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. Throwing again is Watson. Forced out to his left. Now he'll go deep down the... And that's caught inside the 35. And he will finally be taken out of bounds. A huge play there for Houston. 48 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flipped field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Watson. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. Deshaun Watson with his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Texans will extend their lead. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And his throw here's incomplete.
Partner, that type of a lead, and they're going to fake it from the 15 to try and pick up a 2-point play instead of kicking it through the post. Come on, man. Put that in mothballs. Come on. Come on. Don't do that.
Put that in mothballs?
Yeah, preserve that for it. That's an ancient relic, faking it. I can understand you want to rub it in a little. You fake it when you snapped it from the 3. But from the 15, mothball that bad boy, just like my grandmother had.
Yeah,
in her attic, the stuff she used to preserve.
Get up! Hey, go!
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And not much of an opening there as he's only going to get this to about the 32. It's Kareem Jackson making the play defensively.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
The Falcons on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9.
Gun! Get up!
From the shotgun, Ryan. He's going to look deep down the field. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. They're going to try and throw. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. And the Houston Texans, Charles, 3-game win streak. Remember, they started 0-3, now 3-3 after that dramatic win with a pick 6 by Jonathan Joseph over Buffalo. So all of a sudden, things looking up for them.
And how about their defense really starting to step up now? Now they got J.J. Watt back, Whitney Merciless, the addition of Tyrann Mathieu. They've really come together because Deshaun Watson struggled a little bit in this one. He's been getting hit a lot this season, had to make a lot of plays. This the
pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Deion Jones. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Going to need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? From the gun, here's Watson. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. They find some open field here. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they've got him blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
Now it's Ryan. And this one brought in by Sanu. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Here's Ryan. This will be caught at about the 5. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Bryant's kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Here's Watson now on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
The Texans on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. A shotgun snap for Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
He got 29 yards that time. Watson on first down. And that is out of the back of the end zone, incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10, Watson. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Hey, black 22! Black 22!
Watson looks to throw again. Escaping the pressure right. And he's got it. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Line of scrimmage, the 2. They can still get a first down if they just get a yard out of this on 4th and very short.
Black 22!
To the air yet again, Watson. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes now in the ball game, and the Texans will add on to their lead. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it, and that'll be incomplete. They've got this big lead. They said, forget 1, we want 2. Instead, they got 0.
Unbelievable they didn't even attempt it. from the 15-yard line. What are they thinking? I do know this. When you fake one in this situation with that type of a lead, especially from the 15-yard line, oh, boy. I tell you what, meeting them again somewhere.
Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. Touchdown, Falcons. As his guys are in for 6, and the Falcons get a bit closer.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, and if you do, you're taking on some responsibility, but he was happy to do so there.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. And here comes the Texans now. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Play action from Miller. Now Watson rolling to his right. He's got a man complete. Past the 20, 10, and he's in. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins, 72 yards, and the Texans will extend their lead. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a really doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Now Ryan being chased out left. He's airing it out for Sanu. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. On 3rd down, Ryan. Looking deep for Julio. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, there's a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether there's man or zone. Deep ball, short ball. That was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
He's airing it out for Sanu. He's got it at the 15. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. They'll run here with Freeman. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And that'll be incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones, his intended receiver. And that'll make it third down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
On third and goal, Ryan. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. With that incompletion, let's discuss all the overtime games that we've had so far in the NFL. We've had 9 of them, at least one each week. Week 6, it was Miami and the Bears with the Dolphins getting the win.
Yeah, and you know something? That's an NFL record because that record was set week 5, an overtime game each of the first 5 weeks of the season. Now we're adding to the record, and I wouldn't doubt at all that we would get to 7 weeks and maybe beyond. It's been a very competitive NFL season.
On 2nd and 10, Watson. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Terrell McClain able to swamp him from that defensive tackle spot for a loss of 5. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long after that sack. What does Watson have in his arsenal? Out of the gun, Watson. Caught left side, Hopkins. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day.
And got his man complete. That goes for a gain of 31.
Usually hitting a deep post pattern, as we just saw there for a big gainer, that's tough to do because you usually have a safety or two in the middle of the field. But if you hit enough crossers and underneath routes and curls, you start to get those guys creeping up.
And oh, it'll be intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. So from one end zone all the way to the other. Talk about a turnaround.
And how about the excitement that that play generates for his team? Not just the points on the board, but the momentum and taking it from coast to coast, end zone to end zone. What a tremendous play. Now get that man an oxygen tent.
It's your boy Old Mo, you said. Momentum, right?
Old Mo, I think he's kind of limping across at the end because of that distance, but he made it.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. The Clemson connection. Watson to Hopkins for a big one. 45 yards. They go play action here on first down. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Tack McKinley in there to get him for a loss of 5. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Down! Black 22! Black 22!
Back now in Houston. It's the Texans in control of the football and leading this game as well as we start the fourth. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Faking the give. Now Watson. And he's going to go down again. Bruce Carter in there to get him. And this pass rush strong now. That's sacks on back-to-back plays. Going to need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Here's Watson, operating from the gun, going deep for Hopkins. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to knock that one free. Despite the lead here in the fourth, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They will indeed snap it to Watson. Steps away to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the Falcons' defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. And I am not sure, partner, there what the mindset was to go for it. I don't know.
And some teams just feel that possession is the key to everything. They just want to have the football in their hands. No matter how it goes to the other team, they just don't trust doing that. So they say, listen, go for it.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Brandon Dunn in there to drop him for his 2nd sack now here tonight.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Ryan. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Get up!
3rd and long. It's Ryan. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. J.J. Watt in there to get him for a loss of 9. And that'll lead to 4th down. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Justin Reed. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a first down throw. Watson. Griffin's got it. Middle of the field. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Now Watson. From the gun, he'll throw. And that one's going to be over everybody in the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here's Watson. Toward the pylon, caught. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins from 8 yards out. And the Texans turn that interception into a touchdown. Now Watson, he's going to lead the Texans up to go for 2. Again, it's Watson. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want it. And now here's another interception. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Back to throw, Watson. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their 38. They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Flush to his right. And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. J.J. Watt in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night.
We've been around this league for a while.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Christian Covington. He's the one to get him this time. And back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a 4th down. Here we go. It's Ryan on 4th down. Flushed out right. Now a and my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. And Watson's going to throw it here, eluding the pressure right. He's letting this one go. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. It's Desmond Trufant. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
After the interception, here's Ryan. He's going to let it fly. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Justin Reed. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone?
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And did he get in? No, they'll mark him down at the 1-yard line. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college. Our defense coordinator says, we're going to call this be who you are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything. And secondary, you play the pass. That way, you're all set, ready for whatever they put out there.
He's going to get it running right. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman taking it in from a yard out.
21.
And the Falcons use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he will get into the end zone to shave 2 more points off the deficit. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And last time, 1-play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback you got a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. 20! And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. Throwing now, Watson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Kiki QT, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Texans will add on to their lead.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Now Watson, he's going to lead the Texans up to go for 2. From the gun, here's Watson. And he whips that one incomplete there.
They attempted to fade to the back corner of the end zone unsuccessfully. And I've been with you long enough, Brandon. I know it's not one of your favorite calls.
Well, it's interesting. Before working with you, I always viewed that as you're just taking away space and you're trapping yourself in a corner. But you actually have told me they're trying to create space where space is not.
Yeah, it's really a weird deal, isn't it? But you've got to just move that defender inside to create that separation and that little bit of space where there just isn't much.
Here's Ryan. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Jonathan Joseph there on the coverage. Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver dominated. To throw is Ryan. Connects with Sanu right side. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Get up! Gun. Hey, here we go. 11.
Now Ryan on first down. He goes underneath to Freeman. And he'll go down at the 28. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Throwing again, Ryan. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons.
Right. Right.
One last shot for Ryan. And this is dropped it incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one has gone as time has run out on this ball game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Texans as we say so long from Houston.
like Beyonce. Looking like money back, money back, money. Yeah, money back. Money back, money back, money back. Baby lay, waist snatch, back, shrink back, got lips like Angelina, belly truck tangerine, jumping on my, that's why they call it trampoline. Hey, back on Monday, Ferrari body, this is sweet Saturday, that's just with plastic. I say, babe, it's a, he said it's a, them pretty, you look like Beyonce, looking like money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, yeah, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back. He can tell from the front, I got it behind me, and I park my Bentley truck on my Versace driveway, looking like money back, 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 woo, money back, money back, money back. With me pretty too, they look like bridesmaids, and they all gang, so don't be talking sideways. Salty, they sodium, they jelly, petroleum. Always talking in the background, don't never come to the podium. Chef Cardi B, I'm up. I see you like the again. Why you was sleeping on me? I make 40 bands by 4 p.m. Baby, take it. Everything you want, I'm like a walking. I don't understand what this hate is about. How you go, your man, with my name in your mouth. I do the Maybach on Monday, Ferrari body. This is sweet Saturday, that's just with plastic. I say, babe, it's a, he said it's a, them pretty, you look like Beyonce, looking like money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, yeah, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back. He can tell from the front, I got it behind me, and I park my Bentley truck on my Versace driveway, looking like money back, 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 woo, money back, money back, money back. With me pretty too, they look like bridesmaids, and they all gang, so don't be talking sideways, sideways, sideways.
All right, Coach, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. The scene just a few moments ago, predictably loud and raucous here at Arrowhead as their beloved Chiefs took field, and they are set to match up with the Houston Texans. Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And into a sea of red, we're underway in Kansas City. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He'll buy some time right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one goes for 36 yards. Play action from Miller. Now Watson. They'll roll him out right. Now he'll let... That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, 31 yards. And the Texans have taken the early lead. And his kick is no good.